that are dear to him. We discussed Panchamrita, that is, it's made of cow's milk, curd, cow's ghee, honey, and sugarcane juice or pure sugar. It has the properties to purify the material senses and uplift spiritually. It also is an antibiotic and anti-inflammatory properties to cure all diseases. Everyone must serve the Lord gorgeously according to one's capacity, like Sudama served Kuma. King Amrish, he did the best to sacrifice. Whatever little seva is done for the Lord never goes waste. Whatever is donated to the Lord is actually deposited in our own spiritual account that will be returned to us in multiples in future. Deity worship develops and revives a dormant love for Krishna. Devotees must arrange for gorgeous worship of the Lord and offer the best to the Lord, whether it's the flowers, dress, bhoga, or any other item of worship. If money is not used for the pleasure of the Lord, then it will only leave the owner feeling pain, and it will either be used for sense gratification that destroys the future generation. Money gets stolen by thieves, and person dies leaving the bank balance for the next generation. Bhoga must be cooked with devotion, singing bhajans. Only food cooked by devotees must be eaten. Otherwise, it will contaminate our consciousness. Donation should be given to Vaishnava generously. This pleases the Lord. Prasad should be distributed without discrimination. The meaning of prasad is Prabhu ka Sakshat Darshan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Today is 1st May, and Maharashtra Day. I didn't forget, I forgot actually. And normally on Thursdays there is no rush on this side, but the rush was from that point up to here on. It took 15 minutes here and we are late on. I don't know, after the Jew beach, I think to the next destination or last destination of people is Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. That they come and land in here and everything is, packed over here. Okay. So you can start with the shloka 50 number, 56 number. This can start. Eight, 16, 56. Start your mother. Each and every word, mother.
After reading Sarveshu, everyone present there. Dina, very poor. Anta, blind. Crippled, those who are not Brahmanas. Adishu, and so on. Vishnu, of Lord Vishnu, who is situated in everyone's heart. Tat, that, prasada. Parinanam, pleasing. Vidwan, one who understands this philosophy. Bunjita should take prasad himself. Saha, with. Band, who be her. Friends and relatives. One should distribute Vishnu prasada to everyone, including the poor man, the blind man, the non-devotee, and the non-Brahmana, knowing that Lord Vishnu is very pleased with everyone, is sumptuously fed with the Vishnu prasad. The performance of yajna should then take prasad with his friends and relatives.
Can we recall what is going on? What is this topic going on now? Nobody remembers? What is that topic? Payovrata. Okay. Why this Payovrata is happening? Who is doing the Payovrata? Aditi. Why she is doing?
The support is in Devta.
Because Indra, their children, have lost what?
They have lost
Swargalok.
kingdom.
And she being the mother, the heart is crying for them. And she wants that all their problems should be solved. And for that, she is going to his husband, with the husband as well as a guru for him. And Kashyap Muni is astonished to see that how such a lady, even though she is intelligent, she still has that motherly attachment. And knowing the Lord's plan, Kashyap Muni engages her in the Vrata. And we also know that it is the plan of the Lord that the Lord will appear 3 times. Krishnagarbha, Vamana, and Lord Krishna. Right? So he had promised that he will appear 3 times. When they had done 12,000 years of tapasya. So they had done the 12,000 years of tapasya previously. And they got the boon, but now they still have to do tapasya. So, if you want Lord in your life, yajna, dan and tap are very, very important parts. Without yajna, without dan and without tap, it is not possible. ISKCON movement is based on these 3 principles. And we are seeing the last shloka what we read, that one should satisfy the spiritual master and assistant priest by giving them cloths, ornament, cow, and some monetary contribution. Right? So whenever you have a program in your house, you should see that the devotees are fed nicely. And the people who are coming should be given dakshina. The dan should be given. And everybody should be chanting the holy name nicely. And whatever the left prasad is there, it should be distributed to everybody. Our entire ISKCON movement, one of the pillars of ISKCON movement is food for life. What? Food for life. Because previously, if we used to go to any temple, prasad matlab bolte khadi shakar. Sing dana mil jata. The concept of prasad changed when we come to ISKCON. And अभी सादा प्रसाद खाएगा तो बोलेगा ठीक नहीं है. Something should be of variety. हमारा आदत खराब हो गया है ISKCON में आने की. आमरस नहीं है, स्वीट नहीं है प्रभु, एक ही सब्जी है, 2 सब्जी पनीर वाली नहीं है. Prabhupada used to tell the Mahaprasad that used to come from the altar, all that. And in the evening, he used to distribute. तो पहले क्या था, थोड़ा थोड़ा आइटम सबको दे दिया जाता, तो जिसको जो अच्छा लगता तो दे लेते, तो बाकी बच जाता. Prabhupada said, no, this is Mahaprasad. सबको मिक्स कर दो, एक गोला बना दो. And then distribute. So that way, the evening prasad is gola bana ke rakh dete hain aur jisko dena hai. That is what is started by Prabhupada actually. See, enjoy is Krishna. We are doing the best for Krishna. Reverence we get. We get what? Reverence. That should be the bhav. The bhav should not be for taste. Actually, we come for the taste. That is the beginning stage. ISKCON में बहुत सारे लोग अभी आज भी इतनी गर्दी है, तो मैक्सिमम गर्दियां बैठने के लिए और खाने के लिए है और दर्शन. We feel happy. Okay, better than sitting on the beach. Better than sitting here and seeing the darshan, taking the darshan, and having some prasad. Yeah, Sukriti will improve. Yeah, Sukriti will improve. In the Western world, you have to run behind devotees. Devotees को ढूंढना पड़ता है. आओ, मंदिर आओ, मंदिर आओ. I have seen in Boston Temple, I was there. They keep free prasad outside the gate. Nobody comes. Doctor, please come take darshan. No foreigner. Indians ही आते हैं. और यहाँ पे यहाँ पे कहीं बाहर नहीं, यहाँ पे लोग आ जाते हैं. We have no, we do not have, footfall problems. हमारा क्राउड का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, क्राउड मैनेजमेंट का प्रॉब्लम हो गया, उनको रोकना पड़ता है, बाहर रुको. That is the difference. So the entire ISKCON movement, what it is said, the food for life is done only for one reason, that कुछ नहीं तो खिचड़ी तो लेके जाओ. So when a person comes to the temple, he should get, the first, thali milta. क्या मिलता है? Thali. And with the thali, the most important thing is Srila Prabhupada books. It's not anything else. That thali is a coverage, but the most important is that we give the books inside. And then they take darshan. They take the holy name. And outside when they go, ek mala karo, please. What we inspire them to do at least one round. And after that, सब खाने का है, so he is very happy. Bakeries है, then पानी पूरी stall है, सब उसका enjoyment का time. So he somehow, he gets, and if nobody has nothing, at least while going out we'll get some prasad. We on the rush day we do not give khichdi. Because what happens, so खिचड़ी लेके वहीं बैठे, पीछे लाइन लग जाती. So to manage the crowd, we give them something so that we can go out. So that was the reason that on working days, because खिचड़ी गरम गरम रहती, वहीं बैठ जाएंगे, तो पीछे का जो रश है, that multiplies. So they decided to give something, dry, so that they can go. So the main purpose of the temple is taking darshan, taking the holy name, having some books, and taking prasad. Then his coming to the temple is successful. He will take some sukriti while going out of the temple. He is doing a yajna by coming in the temple. He is doing a yajna. And you see the process what is given is the same process what our acharyas are ISKCON for. The same process. Feed, ISKCON is providing food for life for all underprivileged children throughout the Mumbai. Yes. In the school. Contribution that ISKCON is doing throughout the world. If ISKCON is known, even if there is a world war, even there is fight, famine, food for life institution is a very big thing. In COVID, lakhs and lakhs of plates were when nobody was moving, but ISKCON was distributed. So where does this we get from the Shastras, where it is saying that the blind man, non-devotees, I told you in the Satyuga it was meditation. In Dwapar Yuga worship. But in Kali Yuga, Harinam is there. But most important, the Dham is Jagannath Puri. What is that? Main is Jagannath Puri Dham is Dham of Kali Yuga. Adjustment God. रात को 12 बजे भी जाएगा ना दर्शन में. Yes. हाँ, और 12 बजे वो अलग से ड्रेस अप होते हैं. वो श्रृंगार ड्रेस, नाइट ड्रेस वाला. उनका नाइट ड्रेस नहीं है. उनका बड़ा श्रृंगार बोलते हैं. क्या बोलते हैं? बड़ा श्रृंगार होता है उनका. And that गीत गोविंद बहुत सुनाते हैं आपके टाइम. Yes. आज तक मैं नहीं देखा हूँ क्योंकि when we go हाँ सच की अभी हाँ रात को So Kaliyug God is Jagannath. What? And Jagannath is teaching कि भाई कुछ नहीं होगा तो आनंद बाजार में चले जाना. इधर if you go to Jagannath Puri and if you don't have prasad, your darshan is incomplete. Anna Brahma. What is it known? You know that rice, they dry that rice and they sell it in the, and what they say, you know, when I was coming, the driver over there, बोलते हैं आपके घर में ये जो सूखा चावल है ना, the normal person, you know, वहाँ का normal person हमको बता कि कभी कोई भूत प्रेत का कोई लफड़ा होगा ना तुम्हारे आजू बाजू में, तो रोज निकलने के पहले एक खिला दो चावल. हमारे यहाँ पे ये है कि ये खाने के बाद में कोई भूत प्रेत आता नहीं. You know, they have that strong faith. Oi, chawal na. So what I'm trying to say, that food, that is prasad, is called as Anna Brahma. What is it called? And that legacy of prasad, Mahaprabhu had given, and our acharyas and you know have started. How did this ISKCON movement started over there in US? Prabhupada alone used to cook, old age, and he used to cook, and then he used to feed them. You know, after many times they used to eat and used to leave. How time I saw? And Prabhupada used to do in the early days everything. Then they used to tell, अरे हम लोग खा के चले जाते हैं, ये अकेला ओल्ड आदमी इधर रहता है, एक बार पूछ तो ले इसको कोई हेल्प चाहिए क्या? Then after many times, you know, they told, sir, can we help you? So Prabhupada said, I was waiting for so many days. That he will say, please help. So he started this movement by feeding, by making chapati, you know, cooking. Rasgulla, we call ISKCON bullets. Never they had tasted this. You know, look, druggist people, Rasgulla. Arey baap re, kidhar hai ye Rasgulla? That is how they got attracted to the purity of Srila Prabhupada, the food of Srila. And that people gave their life to Srila Prabhupada after, you know. And these are these people who have started this movement, and we are there in this. So prasad is a very, very, very important part. Without prasad, and prasad is Lord says, Patram Pushpam Palam Pushpam. Yo me bhaktya Tadham Bhakti Vashnam Ashnami. If you do not offer prasad and eat prasad, your life is, you know, horrible. Why? Because your tongue is not in control. You always want to eat many things outside. Hamesha, if tongue has, you know, if tongue is not controlled, then the belly is not controlled. And Prabhupada says, Acharya says, Vacho Vega, Manasa Krodha Vega, Jiva Vega, Udara Upasta. This is called Upasta. They come in 3 lines. If this is not controlled, stomach is not controlled, and Upasta is not controlled, genital is not controlled, and that is the destruction of the human life. That's why whatever you cook, please, please offer it with love and devotion. Patram, Pushpam, Palam, Toyam. Yome Bhaktya. What is the word that is used? Not 1 time, 2 times, Lord, in this one shloka. 1 shloka, 2 times. Patram, Pushpam, Palam, Toyam. Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. Tada Bhakti. Ashnami. Prayata. Prayata. Who are devotees? From them only I eat. And that's why in house, duties are very, very important. Duties are very, very important. Without duties, our bhakti is not complete. The 5, out of the 64 angas which are mentioned in the bhakti, 5 angas which are very important. One of the angas is duty worship. Bhagwatam Seva, Nam Japa, Vaishnav Seva, Dham Vas, But deity seva is very important because you develop a relationship. फोटो में उतना नहीं जमता है, deities होगा तो और अच्छा. So Dikshit people are advised that they should compulsory have Gaurnitai deities in the house, Jagannath deities in the house, so that your prosperity. Because क्या होता है, if you do not offer food to the Lord and with the bhav you do not eat, and when you start eating, what will happen? Your taste for outside things will completely get destroyed. You will not like outside things. Outside का जो खाना है, that automatically will get param drishtva nivar. When you have that higher taste, that's why Prabhupada says higher taste. What he says, and that is the concept. And that higher taste prasad has to be given to everyone. Since the sloka is connected with, that yagya, that how you have to do, the singing, dancing, and then prasadam feeding topic is coming. How ISKCON is in line with Srimad Bhagwatam. That is what the point I'm trying to make. If it had not, आज हम लोग रात में इधर आते क्लास में आते, अगर हमको घर पे जाके कुकिंग करना होगा तो शायद इतना नहीं होगा. हमको इधर मालूम है भाई, इधर आ गया तो फिर हमारा रात का खाना ठीक है. That's a very important part. और माताओं को अगर किचन में से अगर छुट्टी मिल जाए तो सबसे बढ़िया. अगर एक दिन छुट्टी मिल जाए तो बोलते हैं हाँ वेरी गुड. But yes, Srila Prabhupada has definitely, in line of our Guru Parampara system, helped us to control our tongue with the help of. Do you agree this point? Huh? 100%. How many of you have now, because of this habit, outside eating, अभी आपका क्या हाल हो गया आप लोग सब? दूसरों को भी एक दिन के लिए ठीक है, रोज भी हमारा. It is one day point. Is always opinion. This is for outsiders. Actually, the prasad which we eat. कुछ चीज होती है जो जगन्नाथ ही खा सकते, हम नहीं खा सकते. But yes, we should thank Srila Prabhupada. We should thank to our Guru Parampara, because one of the most important thing in our devotional life is prasad. If prasad is not there in your house, मैं तो बोलता हूँ माताओं का सबसे बड़ा अगर कोई हथियार है उनके पास घर को कंट्रोल करने का, अपने प्रसाद क्या है. अगर आपको अपने बच्चे आपके कंट्रोल में चाहिए, आपके हस्बैंड आपके कंट्रोल में चाहिए, भगवान को ऑफर करके प्रेम करो और प्रेम से बोलो, तो इनमें भी भक्ति करो. प्लीज लॉर्ड, प्लीज थोड़ा इनमें भी डिवोशन. डेफिनेटली one day that person will change. It's a proof strategy that आप पे जितना डिवोशन है उतना आप पास ऑन कर सकते. If you do not have devotion, आप में 1% है तो आप 1% definitely you can pass it on. इतनी आप में है उतना तो आप दे सकते हो. Because आज पहले के जमाने में है ना प्रभु जी, हमको याद हमारे when I used to sit like you in our class and our Guruji used to give a class and he used to tell me in the olden days it was a shame अगर कोई बाहर जाके खाता था तो घर में से तो फिर बाहर क्यों खाना. आज के जमाने में घर में क्यों खाना, बाहर क्यों नहीं जाना. It is आज स्विगी बोलो क्या बोलो, जोमेटो बोलो, टमाटो बोलो, तो सब आ गया, बटन दबाओ आ गया, कल्चर रोज हो गया है. Yes, bro.
Just on this point, but what you say about making prasadam.
हाँ.
Coming from Hotel India, I can tell you for a reason. So cooking करता है.
हाँ.
इतनी गंदी होती है उनकी हैबिट. Unhealthy unhygienic.
Because see, they are doing for fun.
और वापस क्या है? Like our folks in Bistro, they came from the same background, but now they chant. Now they are not doing duty, they chant.
हाँ.
So
That is the difference when you come. At least that standard थोड़ा हो जाता है, you know, because it is said, तामसी के हाथ का खाना. Why did Ajamil become Ajamil? Because he was eating from the hand of a prostitute. Every day he kicked off his wife, Ajamil. He kicked off his mother and father, and he brought that prostitute, and he was having food with him. And because of that, what happened with Ajamil? He became a thief. He became a hunter. He became a killer. So the food has an impact on your thinking. जैसा अन्न वैसा मन. ये सबको मालूम है, लेकिन फिर भी इन द ओल्डन डेज ऐसा नहीं बोलते थे कि ब्राह्मण खाली ब्राह्मण के हाथ का खाएगा. क्यों नहीं बोलते थे? ये इसीलिए बोलते थे कि भाई दूसरे का हाथ का खाने से फर्क पड़ता है, हमारा मन खराब होता है. क्या होता है? इसलिए खाने पे प्रभुपाद ने हमारी जो बहुत हमको जो लाया, राक्षस लेवल से हमको इंसान लेवल पे लाया खाने के वजह. You know, this is very, yes Mata ji.
So when we were attending Bhakti class, and Prabhu,
हाँ
you used to take Bhakti class.
हाँ
Everything new to us whenever we engaged, we were having everything. So I just asked you one question. So basically what will happen, like, you know, हम लोग यहाँ करें, we are trying to do something and then बहुत बड़ाई. Even you said, what's your human? So that's what we're doing. Because humans were.
yeah, because you know before coming we used to think अपने आप को देवता समझते थे. But after coming here we understand what we are actually. we are not like animals also. Animals are better than us.
Especially the 3 gunas wala class.
Yeah, it is very horrible. तीनों गुणों वाले फिर, and everybody silent in the 3 gunas because everybody knows where I am standing actually. Yeah, हम कौन से गुण में आते हैं? Everybody knows, huh? Yeah, I am in which guna after that 3-day class, huh?
28 hells.
About 28 hells, and you know, ये वो बात आते थे, you know, they get very upset.
Gunas are during the daytime and according to the change of the no?
Yeah, we say according to the more time, like the night time is tamoguna. It affects the time also, affects place also, because we know there are 5 factors for any karma: place, and the karta, then the senses, endeavors, and the Lord. These are the 5 factors of each and every karma which you do. So okay, let's go further. ISKCON is one of the best important. See, Prabhupada said Harinam is very important. Prabhupada said book distribution is very important. Prabhupada says prasadam is very important. Any program that we do, then these 3 things should come. What? Harinam, books, and wait with लास्ट में प्रसाद होना बहुत जरूरी है. एक्चुअली क्या है, हमारे क्लास में भी हमने भी देखा लास्ट में अटेंडेंस बहुत बढ़ जाता है. क्योंकि सबका मालूम है फिलोसफी ऊपर से जाती है, क्या जाती है, लेकिन प्रसाद अंदर जाता है. और एक बार I was listening to one of the lecture, you know, Gaurang Prabhu was doing the lecture. So in the early days, you know, he the prasadam training, he used to give very carefully prasad. थोड़ा थोड़ा दे रहे थे. तो उनको पूछा कि बोलता कि थोड़ा थोड़ा क्यों दे रहे हो, वैसा बराबर दे रहे. बोलता नहीं लास्ट में बचेगा कि नहीं. तो उन्होंने क्या बोला, बोलो आप लोग पहला प्रसाद दे दो या आप अपनी प्लेट फैला. क्या बोला, तो लोग सबने अपनी अपनी प्लेट बना ली. फिर दिल से भर भर के दे रहा था. बोला लो प्रसाद और लो. So that's why you have to first take out. बोलते कि जो प्रसाद वाले उनका सिक्योर करो फ्यूचर. क्या करो? है ही नहीं।
नहीं है, या जो खाना आता है, तो उसमें क्या, what should be our,
What should be, as I told, I always discuss in the disciple course mistakes. Very nicely I discuss. भाई घर से पेट भर के जा सबसे पहले, और वहां जाके फ्रूट्स या कुछ है ये जो चीज है तो नाम के लिए हमको ले, बाकी हमको भर पेट भर के से जाना है और उनको बोलना है कि हमारा पेट सभी इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि भाई अगर इस्कॉन में है, इधर है तो ठीक है, लेकिन जहाँ बाहर है it's very difficult. You have to go to maintain the relation. You should not go for the case. हमारा रिलेशन मेंटेन करना है, हमको जाना है किस काम के लिए तो ठीक है। बाकी one thing you should understand, ध्रुव महाराज, we are listening to ध्रुव महाराज, जैसे जैसे आपका भजन बढ़ता है आपका भोजन it should be reverse. क्या होना चाहिए? It's exactly reverse. I was listening to Hiranyakashipu. Now I'm my daily Shravan, I'm today now listening to Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu was very strong and determined for how many years? 100 years of Devata. How many years? 1 year of Devata is 365. 1 year of Devata is 365 years of India. मतलब Earth कितना? Because 6 महीने उत्तरायण, 6 महीने दक्षिणायन, that is 1 day. That is 1 day and night of Devata. So 365 days is equal to how many?
1 day.
1 day, 1 year. 1 year of Devatas. 365. 365 years. अपना 365 years. 1 day of. No. 1 year of Devatas. See, because 1 year is 1 day. 1 year is 1 day, right? So 1 year में 365 days होंगे ना? So 365 years into 100. How many? That was Hiranyakashipu standing on one toe with the hand up and looking at the sky. And Brahmaji, when he appeared, he told this type of tapasya what you have done for 100 years of Devata, not drinking a drop of water. What? हमको एकादशी के दिन निर्जला आता है तो हमारा पहले से प्रेशर चालू हो जाता है कि क्या करना है। हाँ भी निर्जला आएगा, एक दिन निर्जला रखना है, और he kept for 365 into 100 years, that many time of years he was standing without water. What to speak about Dhruv Maharaj? When Naraji didn't told that you have to do such a way of, tapasya, but he excelled in his tapasya by standing. And a point came when he stopped drinking, stopped breathing also. Breathing also he stopped. So bhajan and bhojan are always inverse, indirectly proportional. If your bhajan increases, your bhojan will decrease. And that's why we have this Kartik Vrata and so many vratas are there where we take up the vratas. Bhishma Panchak Vrata is there to increase your bhajan. Bhojan, as the age also increase, your bhojan should decrease. मतलब जहाँ 3 टाइम खाते हो वहाँ 2 टाइम खाओ, फिर 1 टाइम खाओ, मतलब it should, your bhajan should increase. I heard, I do not know whether it was right or wrong, but olden there is a story used to come कि बैल को जोतने को क्यों भेजा मानो? शिवजी ने बैल को भेजा था बोलने के लिए कि भाई दिन में 3 टाइम नाना और 1 टाइम खाना। तो इधर आया तो बैल ने बोला 3 टाइम खाओ और 1 टाइम ना। तो बाद में बोला बैल तू ही जा और तू ही जोत। Yeah, you have to, you have to. So what I'm trying to say, bhajan and bhojan is always inverse. Inverse, and you yourself will feel that when your bhajan increases, your taste for the material things will always reduce. And this all things are not told outside ISKCON, please, I'm telling you. If you go to any other sampradaya, तो जो खाना है खाओ,
खाने पे
चाय पानी पीना है चाय पानी पियो, सब खाओ,
खाने पे पाबंदी नहीं.
कोई पाबंदी नहीं. You know, that is very wrong. Because we follow in a ISKCON parampara system, Guru parampara system, we have a system. Don't eat anything which is not offered to Lord. कोई भी चीज जो भोग नहीं लगी हमारे ठाकुर. बहुत जन बोलते कि चाय क्यों नहीं पीते हैं ये. There are many scientific reasons for not drinking tea and coffee. But we devotees do not go in the argument. We only say one sentence. See, we are fool people. What? हम लोग थोड़ा पागल हैं. हमको हमारे गुरुजी ने बोला है कि ठाकुर जी को जो भोग लगता है वही खाओ. What is offered to the Lord, that should be taken. और for Lord चाय और कॉफी लगता नहीं. लगता है चाय कॉफी? दूध लगता है, केसर वाला दूध. क्या? गाय का दूध. So that is what is more important. Food is very, 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 very important part of our bhakti. And why we have come to this topic of food, just to come to this line where, you know, Kashyap Muni is saying to Aditi that everybody should be fed. Everybody. It's not that prasad. You know, how many of you have done Satyanarayan Puja in your house? इसने किया है बोलो. सत्यनारायण पूजा. आज चल रहा है. So what is the main part of Satyanarayan Katha? If anybody knows. कहानी. ये श्री प्रसाद, कलावती, लीलावती. This is honor the prasad. If you see the katha, there is no katha, it is prasad mahima. That entire Satyanarayan katha is the prasad mahima. And what is Satyanarayan puja? The puja, main puja, is the 1000 tulasi dal. The names of the Lord which you offer at the feet of the Lord. That is the tulasi puja. That is Satyanarayan. But the main part after the puja is prasad. And Lord says, कुछ नहीं होगा ना तो शीरा प्रसाद खिलाओ at least. क्या है? गरीब से गरीब आदमी भी वो दे सकता है. शीरा, yes. हाँ, yes. At least you can give that. And if you don't offer, what happens? That entire 5 parts, you know, 5-part story is there. 5 कथा है, मेरे को याद. हम हर पूनम करवाते थे अदृश्य हो गए. And you know, people, मेरे को मालूम है, we have heard, वो आधे दिन तो पीछे है ना, वो खाली कब एक पार्ट हुआ, 2 पार्ट हुआ, 3 पार्ट हुआ, और पार्ट बढ़ाया हो गया 8 चल. Satyanarayan Puja, you know, this is very common. But the main part of Satyanarayan Puja is prasad. Its entire story is related to prasad. That how she dishonored the prasad, and because she honored the prasad, and how the thing happened. So we have to be very, very careful, whether it is flower of the Lord, whether it is prasad of the Lord. If you dishonor the prasad of the Lord, dishonor the remnants of the Lord, all your opulence will get destroyed. We see with the entire. How everything went away just by throwing away the garland. Away. There was some. So remnants of the Lord, remnants of the sadhus should be very taken carefully and should be placed very carefully. Prasad also it should not be wasted. And we know there are level of prasad. Mass prasad is there and gradation of prasad. what we give in Govindas or what we give in mass cooking is a different level of, mass cooking. But, we always say the Brahmanas, what they cook outside in the temple inside, with the purity, that Raj Bhoga and all that. Yes.
Prabhu, when you say dishonoring prasad, or there are two types, intentionally and unintentionally. There are times you unintentionally it happens.
Yeah.
Whether the reactions are the same.
Yes, Prabhuji, prasad ka dishonor karna, whether intentionally or disintentionally, there has to be some reaction. So we have to be very careful regarding prasad. Actually, waste नहीं होना चाहिए, किसी न किसी के पेट में तो जाना चाहिए. हमका हमारे हाथ से भी वेस्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, और इसका सम बचा हुआ भी है तो किसी के पेट में जाना चाहिए. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट डिपार्टमेंट प्रसाद. और हमारे इस्कॉन में हमारी जब एचओडी मीटिंग होती है ना, तो सब मीटिंग का सबसे फर्स्ट टॉपिक है ना, हम लोग को प्रसादम नहीं देते, क्योंकि अगर प्रसादम टॉपिक चालू हुआ ना तो खत्म नहीं. वही टॉपिक के ऊपर पूरा पूरा क्या हो जाता है, अटक जाता है. बाकी कोई भी टॉपिक डिस्कस भी हो गया होता ही नहीं, क्योंकि हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ इश्यू रहता है, या तो ज्यादा हो गया, कम हो गया, टेस्ट कम हो गया, ये हो गया, सब बिग इश्यू, ऑलवेज बिग इश्यू. No, this happened, that happened, the quality is not there, this is there, that is not there, this issue is come, that issue is come. It's a big part of his con. So the handling prasad is not easy to find. Actually, we are very fortunate in ISKCON. We have a congregation have not been trained. It's very unfortunate in ISKCON too. Otherwise, if you go in Chopati, otherwise you go in Pune or Mirabu, entire Sunday congregation is not cooked by somebody, but they are cooked by the by congregation. Nobody else. Seva is divided. And they have to come, they have to cook. And they only have to. Yes. So here we have given a royal. Our plate le lo, kha lo. But there, that habit has been there. Groups will, according to groups, they will do and do the cooking. And see, when devotees cook, any program, one also important, very important, when you keep program in your house also, very important instruction that you should take. That programs when you take, it should be either coming, the food should be either cooked by devotees, not by Maharaj. Maharaj से नहीं होना चाहिए, जो professional Maharaj रहते हैं. It should be cooked by devotees, or it should come from the temple. It should come from the temple. Second, when that prasad has to be served, it should be served by devotees. It should be served by in the house. Cooking by devotees, or it should come from the temple. The money should go either to the temple or to the devotees, not Maharaj, professional Maharaj. It's very, very this thing. In the house, you should remember that. घर में कभी भी प्रोफेशनल लोगों से कुकिंग नहीं करता, खास करके कोई भी ऐसा प्रोग्राम रहेगा, please try to bring it. So this is very important part, and I think so. Today 45 minutes we just discussed one. Let's go forward. We have not finished the prayer with Vrata. Now the Lord has to appear. Yeah, 57. Somebody can read. Yeah, please read 57.
Nritya Vaditra Gitascha Devi Swasti Vachike Karaye Tat Katha Vischa Pujam Bhagavato Anvaham.
Read the translation.
Every day from Pratipat to Trayadashi,
one should continue the ceremony. So the accompaniment of dancing.
What they should do in this puja? Dancing should be there. Whenever these programs are going on, what should be there? Dancing. Then singing.
The beating of a drum, the
Yes.
chanting of prayers and all auspicious mantras, and recitation of Srimad Bhagwatam. In this way, one should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So in our programs, these things happen or not?
Yes.
Huh? Dancing is there or not?
Yes.
Bhagavatam recitation is there or not? Huh?
Rubbish dancing.
Dancing is very important. Because if you don't dance over here, you have to dance in 84 lakhs pieces. You will have to jump in 84 lakhs pieces. If you don't dance in front of Lord, Maya will make you dance. क्या? नाचना तो पड़ेगा. या तो माया के सामने नाचो या तो भगवान के सामने. हाँ? You have to dance. And that's why practice dancing. Srila Prabhupada has given simple step, which you call Prabhupada step. One step forward, one step, one step. It is not like jungly dancing. You know, people sometimes you go out the street, you do, and you know sometimes some बहुत जोश वाले आ जाते और ऐसा 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 नाचते. They come in the Harinam Sankirtan, you know, पागल जैसे. एक बार real story in the Western world. You know, when this Harinam was going on, there were many people who have enviness to these people who are dancing and chanting. वो टमाटर उसका बेचने का काम था. क्या था? तो वो लोगों को टमाटर दे देता था. उनके ग्रुप वाले लोग बोलते लोग आगे तो टमाटर. So they used to throw the rotten tomatoes on the kirtan party. And then also our kirtan party used to go and say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Ram, Hare.
And every day now this used to go, kirtan party used to go, every day this used to go. And they used to say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, and they used to take the rotten. After a few days, these people started feeling, what are we doing? Their heart started changing. You know, their heart started changing and they stopped throwing. But after that, the most important thing that happened, you know, that when Lord Jagannath was going that time, these people came. बोलते जगन्नाथ यात्रा में हमारे तरफ से जितने भी आपको खाने के लिए टमाटर चाहिए हम स्पॉन्सर करते हैं. So they sponsored tomato from that shop और वो डोनर बन गया टमाटो का. तो भगवान के भक्तों को मारने से कितना फायदा हुआ उसको. ये भाई वो खुद टमाटर दे. So dancing, chanting, this is what a movement is. Whenever you go in a house, there should be katha, there should be kirtan, there should be dancing. And after that, prasad should be there and a takeaway message should be there. That today what we have done is for purification of that house, for that place, कि उस घर में जाके उसका स्थान और आशीर्वाद देके आना चाहिए. We should go for giving blessing. And everybody's blessing is required. प्रभु जी, हमारे भक्तों में I always say that two things are very important. एक है तुम्हारी साधना और दूसरा है blessing. Without blessings, your bhakti is not complete. ठीक है. Read the third shloka. 10 minutes will continue and then we'll stop. 10 minutes.
ये तत्पयो व्रतम नाम पुरुषाराधनं परम तं This is the religious ritualistic ceremony known as Payovrata, by which one may worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I received this information from
So
God.
who has given this? Kashyap Muni is not giving on his own. He had heard it from the Guru Parampara. From whom? Brahmaji had told him. He didn't give this vrata, but he had heard from. तो आपको भी अगर किसी को कोई उपाय देना है तो गुरु परंपरा में से जो गुरु से आया है उसी को आपको बोलना. You do not have to concoct new things from your way. Like today, one sadhu came in my house today only in the afternoon, and he is very tapasvi sadhu. अपने मंदिर में ही है, last 30 years he's there, and he was just speaking, and he told that we heard that you had so many problems in court case and yes, sir, yes, sir. He says, I personally do this Narsinga Bhagwan ke 108 mantra. You know that part I do every day. You also do. What? You also please do. Because Prabhupada has started. What? When Mayapur temple was there and Prabhupada was facing with all this malicious problem, he established a temple. Where? Mayapur, Narsinga Dev temple. And after that, everything, normal, and now the things are prosperous. I had also many problems in the temple. And then I started this Narsinga Bhagwan thing. And every day without fail, I chant this 108 mantras. So you can also try this. Because I am doing it. What he says? It will help you. So this is a sadhu bhav. What? This is what we call as a sadhu bhav. If somebody is in a problem, if you have practiced it, you can tell. You also practice. It has helped me. Like I tell, see, I recite Bhagavad Gita every day. I recite Bhagavatam shloks every day. I recite, I always say Gajendra Stuti part karo, ye karo. Because it is the mantra is given, that type of. What you practice, if you tell, it has more potency. And if you have the blessings, then it will work. So here we see Brahmaji is telling. To whom? Kashyap. And Kashyap is not speaking on his own. He is speaking on behalf of Brahmaji. And that we call as Guru Parampara. So कोई भी अपने को उपाय देना है, हमको हमारे गुरु परंपरा के आदेश के अनुसार देना है. हमें हमारा मन से कोई उपदेश नहीं, क्योंकि हम लोग यहाँ पे भक्ति योग सीख रहे हैं. क्या कर रहे हैं हम? ना तो कर्म, ना तो ज्ञान, ना तो यज्ञ, दान, ये इस पर हमारा कोई फोकस नहीं है. हमारा वो फोकस है जो चैतन्य महाप्रभु. व्हाट मार्ग चैतन्य महाप्रभु है, व्हाट मार्ग आ गुरु परंपरा से करना चाहिए, दैट वी ट्राई टू follow. And it is said, the same thing is said again and again in the Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita also, when the Virat Group was shown to the Lord to the Arjuna. Yajna, Dan, Tapa, you will not be able to see me in this. It is only Ananya Bhakti. What it told? That you will be able to know me in this form. And how that Ananya Bhakti comes? When you simply follow the instructions as it is from the Guru Parampara. Evam parampara praptam imam raja rishayo vido sakale ne mahata yogo nashta. Okay, so it's here today, I think so officially a Payodri Vrat is now. After that, she will be practicing, and then Lord will appear, and now after Lord appearing, many things will happen. All the devatas will be going, abhisheks will be done of the Lord, Janma festival will happen. What? Vamana Dev Janma festival will happen, and then Vamana Dev after that will go to the arena. Bali Maharaj, the actual and the test of Bali Maharaj will be taken. Supreme test of Bali Maharaj, and how flying colors Bali Maharaj comes out of this test. हमारा जैसा रहेगा तो हमारा देखो एक कंस था और एक बलि महाराज, both from the Asuri kull. When Kansa was tested by the Akash kull, he showed his real color. He immediately grabbed the hair of Devaki, whom he was serving, and here the Guru is standing, Shukracharya is standing, and he is telling, don't give. He is going to, if he is going to take for himself, it's okay. but he's going to give to your enemy. Whom? Indra. He's instigating. And he's giving all the very proof by which he can save him. But then also Bali Maharaj, because he is the Acharya of Atma Nivedana. What is that? Atma Nivedana. Tan, man, dhan, everything Bali Maharaj gave. Huh? And that's why glorious, how glorious, and why Bali Maharaj, and how Lord surrendered. And he became a doorkeeper at the because Lord says, I am bounded by my devotees. The love of my devotees is the only thing which bounds. There is no other thing that can bound. And that is one of the lessons that we come to know. That if you want to bound the Lord, it is only the love that can bound him in your heart. There is no other thing that can bound him. Huh? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. So what are the takeaway lessons of today's class? Prasadam.
Ravi, a question.
Yes.
This Shloka 57 में the
Ye-
word Anvaham,
Uh-huh.
it's a mean everyday nature, Pratipat Sutra,
Yes.
which is the phrase Pratipat in which day?
First day after moon. Pratipada. जैसे हाँ प्रतिपदा द्विज हाँ द्विज फिर त्रियोदशी फिर फर्स्ट आफ्टर अगला दिन अमावस्या के बाद में जैसे जैसे मून बढ़ता है ना वैसा यस हाँ so what is the takeaway lessons today's class huh?
Either put the prasad, devotees should all of them.
भजन बढ़ेगा तो भोजन कम होगा आपका मेरा सबका भोजन कम हो गया लगता है What else? Avoid outside food. Avoid outside food. What else? Offer with love and devotion. What else? Never dishonor. Kirtan, katha, and dancing should be there. तो चलो अभी थोड़ा dancing कर लेंगे. Roji wanted to say something. Okay.